So, good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's virtual open house. Before we begin, we're going to go ahead and stop sharing the screen, and we're going to begin with our opening prayer led by Brother Francis Garza from the class of 1958.
Let us begin our prayer in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Okay, bear with me. Can everybody see that? Okay, here we go. Let us begin with prayer again, led by Brother Francis Garza from the class of 1958.
Let us begin our prayer in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. God our Father, we give you thanks for the gift of this wonderful day. Thank you, St. Joseph, for taking care of your school for the past 111 years. Thank you, St. Moslin, our founder of the Marist Brothers, for making it possible for us to care for our young men and women with love, with patience, and with enthusiasm, just the way you cared for the children of your time 200 years ago. Thank you, Mary, my mother, our mother, for teaching us how to be mother and father, brother and sister to the students under our care. We ask for your blessing upon those parents with their sons and daughters considering to join our family. We give thanks for the St. Joseph Academy giants of our past Marist Brothers, past religious sisters, past priests, coaches, men and women teachers who embrace the vision of St. Moslin to make Jesus known and loved. We pray for our present staff who continue that same mission. We give thanks for the thousands of students who have passed through our care and are now in the four corners of our world. We pray that our mission to prepare students for a quality academic education life in an environment where Jesus is known and loved will be embraced by future students and their parents. We ask this through St. Joseph, our patron, our mother, and St. Moslin Champagne, our inspiration, and St. Joseph. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Amen.
Let us begin our prayer in the name.
Just one moment, y'all. Okay. So, for those of y'all that don't know me, my name is Christy Gonzalez, and as the Director of Admissions, I am extremely happy to welcome all our prospective families to our virtual open house. Before we begin, I would like to take a moment to allow all our panelists to introduce themselves, beginning with Mr. Motel.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. My name is Michael Motel. I'm the president here at St. Joe. This is definitely new for us in terms of conducting our open houses via Zoom or via webinar. So we do appreciate your presence and your grace and your patience while we navigate these new times. We would much rather be with you in person, of course, but we know during these times this is the next best thing. So we're just so glad you're joining us. Just so you know, this is a webinar rather than a normal Zoom. So we will be communicating with you and you can see us, and the way you can communicate with us, down at your screen, you'll see a Q&A button for questions and answers. And of course, there's the chat as well. But due to the size, we did try to, that's why we're doing the webinar rather than a traditional Zoom. So we do appreciate your patience with us, and we hope this is an informative evening for you where you can learn about St. Joe, you can ask your questions, and hopefully walk away ready for whatever next steps are there. So our team is here to serve you and help you along this process. Usually if we were in person, I would ask all the graduates to stand up. If there's any parents here who are graduates of St. Joe, welcome home virtually. And it's exciting to see you here. And if you are new to St. Joe, well, welcome. This is a great community, and I'm going to share more in a little bit, but I just wanted to welcome you. And again, thank you for being here tonight.
Good evening, and once again, welcome for joining us this evening. My name is Melissa Valadez, and I'm the principal of this very fine institution. And my relationship with St. Joe goes back over 30 years. First as a student and proud graduate of the class of 1990, followed by proud mother, graduate of 3 young men who are alumni of the school as well, and English department chair, English teacher for over 10 years here at St. Joe, dean of the middle school, and now principal. And in that course of time, I'm very proud to say, very happy, very joyful that I have been taught by and taught with some of the finest educators around, in not only Brownsville, but in all around South Texas. And we're very committed to our mission, which is to educate and form college-ready students who are going to go out and serve our community and be successful in whatever they pursue. So again, welcome, and we'll be getting to know you a little bit more over the evening.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Lindsay Irwin, and I am the Director of Counseling. My relationship with St. Joseph Academy began before I was born because my father graduated here in 1941. I have been at St. Joe myself since 1997, which seems like a lifetime, and my 2 sons graduated from here in 2002 and 2004. So this is my family. I've done a variety of things at St. Joe, like we all do. I have been Director of Counseling. I actually came over to teach English in the beginning, and then I have been Director of Counseling. I've been Assistant Principal for Curriculum and Instruction, and I'm doing really what I love best right now, which is working with the students as a counselor. We're going to have a chance to talk tonight about what I believe makes St. Joe special in terms of the way we prepare our students, and I'm looking forward to having a chance to speak to you in a little while.
Well, thank you so much, Ms. Irwin, Ms. Valadez, and Mr. Motel. Now, the year 2020 has never looked quite as different as it does now for our schools, faculty, and especially our students. We at St. Joseph Academy are extremely grateful to you and your family for taking the time to spend with us to learn more about who we are and what we and our community of Bloodhounds have to offer your children. Tonight, we hope that as a family, you will begin to have a discussion regarding what's next in your child's educational journey. And as you do, we hope that you'll include in that discussion that St. Joseph Academy is proud to offer many things, including faith. As a Marist school, we encourage our faculty and staff to serve with joy, lead with confidence, and inspire to change lives. Inspired by St. Marcelin Champagne, the founder of our network of Marist schools. Marist educators, like the ones that you'll find on our campus, before all else, love their students. And because they do, our students graduate as good citizens with humanitarian hearts. Academics. St. Joseph Academy is a college preparatory school. While all secondary schools should actively be preparing students for college, as parents, you should be asking, what are these schools doing that really set up your children for success? At St. Joseph Academy, not only do we offer the rigorous courses that colleges are looking for, but inside the classroom, our teachers go deeper than what's in the books. They ask the thought-provoking questions that feed the heart, mind, and soul, which ultimately allows them to grow into lifelong learners. Legacy. One of the definitions of legacy is something that is received from someone in the past. With 155 years of roots in Brownsville's history, your child will receive years of tradition and will immediately belong to a network of bloodhounds that span across the world. They will gain a second family the minute they receive their acceptance letters. After tonight's presentation, we're going to take you around campus virtually with a video created by a member of the class of 2021. Then we'll review the application process for the 2021-2022 academic year. And of course, some of you all entered our Instagram contest. We're going to go ahead and announce the winner for that as well. And finally, we'll give you the opportunity to ask questions of our presenters. Again, we're extremely happy to have you here, and we will now begin by allowing Mr. Motel to present.
Great. Thank you, Ms. Gonzalez. Yeah, there's a few things I wanted to share with everyone today, including, what is St. Joe? If you didn't know already, what does it mean to be part of the St. Joe family? And when I say family, it's truly what I mean. I did not mention, while I'm not a graduate here, my son did graduate from here in 2019, and I consider this school a part of his family as well as ours. And is one of the really special things here that it's hard to capture sometimes in a brochure or in a pamphlet, but we try to communicate that to our families. We try to communicate that to the stakeholders and to the community that what happens here at St. Joe truly is special. The amazing 150-year tradition that the Maris brothers have been continuing, that the Brownsville community and the surrounding communities have enjoyed for so long. It is just a staple of who we are in this town. When I arrived in Brownsville about 12 years ago, I just remember meeting a lot of people in the beginning, and almost all of them were leaders in the community, and it seemed like they were all St. Joe grads as well. And I feel like that's one of the things we do really well here. We just churn out leaders. We churn out students who really come into their own. They find themselves, they discover their talents and their gifts, and they're nurtured and they're fostered here. And we truly embrace all the students and all of the things they bring to the table. You look around town, we have city commissioners that are St. Joe grads. We've had mayors of both Brownsville and Denver, Colorado, St. Joe grads. U.S. representatives in Congress, St. Joe grads. The president Joe Biden just announced the COVID-19 task force, and it includes a St. Joe grad who's a practicing physician. So he'll be joining the president in that special task force. So we're just super proud of our grads. Any industry you look at, judges, teachers, engineers, whatever it is, they're St. Joe grads excelling in those fields. So at St. Joe, we're not geared to be just singularly focused on one thing. Oh, we're not a STEM school. We're not a school for future lawyers or doctors or anything. We're a school that makes the most out of our students and really helps everyone rise to their full potential. Now, there are things we do very well, and we're very proud of that. Here at St. Joe, we just were informed a couple of weeks ago that we're the second ranked high school for STEM in all of Cameron County. We're the second ranked college private prep school in all of the Valley. And we're the 24th ranked Catholic high school in all of Texas. So we're super proud of those accomplishments. Our teachers, our faculty staff, the coaches, everyone really just comes together to bring the best out of the students. And we couldn't be more proud of everyone. And we hope moving forward that your child will be able to benefit from all the great things that happen here at St. Joe. So we truly are a family. The community piece is really, we're a school, that's obvious. Everyone knows what schools do. We make sure we nurture the mind, but beyond that, and that's going to be talked about a lot tonight, but I also want to just remind folks about the community that's built here. So if you're coming in 7th grade, or you're coming in 9th grade, or whatever grade you may be entering, it's not a 4-year decision or a 6-year decision. It's a 40 or a 60-year decision. And when you come through St. Joe, you're making relationships and friendships that last decades upon decades. And when I get to go around and meet alumni across the country, whether they graduated in the 1970s or 5 years ago, there's a common bond that holds them all together. And that's really special. And I've never seen that anywhere else in my 20 years of education. And I've been teaching in different parts of the country, and it's very unique and very special. And I think it goes back to what happens when the students are here on campus, the individualized support, the meaningful relationships, and ultimately we focus on you. We focus on the child and what do they want and what do they need and what are their goals. And everything we do is dedicated towards that. So that's something that I think our students enjoy, that our families enjoy. It certainly helps make the investment a good return on the investment as well. So we really put a lot of value on the community. The faith component of St. Joe, we are a Marist Catholic school. We are one of the oldest Catholic schools around. Incarnate Word Academy is the only older one than us. But we have, again, that rich tradition, that rich faith life here. While you do not need to be Catholic to come to St. Joe, it is part and parcel of who we are, and it's something we're very proud of. And I think even those who are not Catholic or practicing Catholic, they find a warm, welcoming environment here, regardless of your religious faith. So we're very proud of that. And at the end of the day, we want to create a place where students can be themselves and explore all their relationships with friends, with faculty, staff, with God, with whomever. We want to nurture all of those relationships as their students here. And then at the end of 4 or 6 years, or however long students are here, we kind of graduate them, but they're never really gone. They're part of a bigger network, and we have tens of thousands of graduates all over the country, all over the world for that matter, who think back fondly of their time at St. Joe, and they're still engaged and connected. And I think that's something that when you're making decisions, often you're just looking at what's the next 2 or 3 or 4 years looking like, or how do I get to college? But really coming to St. Joe, I think, sets the table for even beyond college. The social capital that comes from going to St. Joe is I don't know, it's hard to quantify, but when you can connect to a St. Joe grad in your industry, when you're in college or when you're in high school looking for a job, those are added benefits of the St. Joseph Academy experience. So what we do while you're here on our campus, Ms. Valdez and Ms. Irwin are going to talk about that. And again, I think we knock it out of the park for sure. We couldn't have been around this long if we haven't been. But those things beyond the academics are another special part that I just want to make sure that folks know that's a real added value of St. Joe. So I'm excited that you're here. I'm excited you're going to learn more about what we do. And I look forward to working with all of you more in the coming weeks and months as you guys navigate the remainder of the school year. So if you have questions for me at some point, again, put them in the Q&A feature down there, and I'll be glad to answer them. And we'll be here to answer questions too as the night goes along. So again, thank you everyone for coming, and I look forward to talking more with you.
Ms. Valadez.
Thank you. One of the things, a quote that comes to mind when I think of St. Joe is, you don't have to be big to be great. And one of the things that our size allows for here at St. Joe is being a small school is an advantage for our students in so many ways. It allows our students to be more engaged in our community, whether it be through service, through participation in clubs and extracurriculars, or through activities, honor societies, athletics. But one of the points that Mr. Motel made earlier that I just want to reiterate because it's so important is that here our students are seen as individuals. Here the students are not lumped into a track, or they're not put on a certain academic program per se, because we allow them to take a variety of courses across different content areas. So the word well-rounded is another one that we use to describe many of our graduates, if not all of them. Some of them know that they do want the STEM route and they will focus on sciences, and that's perfectly fine. As you'll see later on, we have a fantastic science department, but we also have a wonderful fine arts department, liberal arts department. And so the list goes on and on, all of the advantages there. And we want our students to explore everything that St. Joe has to offer. Our teachers, our counselors, our staff, because we're small, get to know your students, and they can identify them. They can help them. They'll identify their strengths and their challenges early on and work together in that community setting to help nurture the student, support them, and give them the best academic and social experience we can offer. All very important. It also allows us to make adjustments when necessary. There's not a whole lot of red tape that we have to go through. So if something's working, great. We work on making it better. If something's not as successful, we pivot. We learn from the data that we gather, and we make it stronger, and we make it a better program. And perfect example with that is living through this COVID pandemic. So we're not afraid of change. when necessary, and our teachers are all in and they buy into the whole program. And so they've been wonderful, just as everybody else here, all of our families and our whole entire community working together. We are in distance learning, as all of the other schools in the area are. And what we've done at St. Joe is, since the beginning, even back in March when we had to switch to completely virtual learning, completely online, we didn't water down our curriculum. Our teachers were still taking attendance every class period. Students were still expected to turn in assignments. They were getting numeric grades for every assignment they turned in. Teachers were compassionate about certain situations. We did have, Zoom drops and certain things like that, but we were able to deal with it. And at the end of the experience, our students received instruction and they did get an education. Starting off the school year, same thing. We have different models going on. We have some students who are doing completely online. We have some here who are a hybrid schedule. Again, the students are learning. The learning has not stopped because of COVID-19. So that is something that we really want to stress. Our students are expected to perform. The expectations are high. We expect them to live up to the expectations, but at the same time, it's in a nurturing environment where they're getting the necessary support, whether it be after school, in person, Zooming with a teacher, or on Flex Fridays. So it's very difficult for a student to fall through the cracks because the support system is here. We had an athletic program. We were the first school in the area to run our varsity athletic program. So it's been a challenge dealing with COVID, but at the same time, I think this is where the schools start to rise. And this is, again, where our size is an advantage and a strength to making us who we are. Clubs currently meeting in person and virtually. So the students who want to be engaged can continue their engagement on a daily basis. And how are we able to do all of this? Because of our dedicated and committed faculty and staff. I cannot say enough about the people who work here at St. Joe. As Ms. Irwin, Mr. Motel, and Ms. Gonzalez have mentioned, it is a community, a Marist community that comes together, not only during the bad times, but also to celebrate the good times and our accomplishments. Our teachers did not have a spring break, as many educators didn't. They did not have a summer vacation. It's been nonstop since March. Professional development in areas of technology, instructional strategies, implementing technology in their classrooms. And some of the pros, some of the advantages of what's happened is we've seen some great learning come out of this on behalf of our faculty, their continued professional development, and some of these things will not go away even once COVID does. So we're very happy to have these type of people working here at St. Joe and be part of our family. Our teachers all hold degrees. 60% of them hold advanced degrees. That's impressive. Master's degrees in their fields. We have a couple of doctorates amongst our staff. So wonderful community. We've been thrown through a loop because of COVID this year, but at the same time, we are very blessed with our knowledgeable and caring staff. It's a wonderful community to work for. We're very blessed to be here. I feel very blessed in the position that I'm in and to be a part of this family. And what a wonderful segue now to pass this on to one of our faculty members who is amazing to work with. And I've enjoyed working with her over this past 16 years, I believe, that I've been here. So Ms. Irwin, it's all yours.
I'm happy to have a chance to talk with you, and I'm going to share my screen with you because I have a lot of information I'd like to share, and this way you can see it as well as hear me speak about it. When I first came to St. Joe, such a long time ago now, I remember sitting in my first in-service and hearing the Marist brother, who was the principal of the school at the time, say, quoting Marcelin Champagne, the founder of the Marist Brothers, who famously said, "To teach a child, you must love him first, and you must love them all equally." And when I heard that, I thought, oh my goodness, this is what I've been searching for as a teacher, because that, I think, is the way to success in a school. And by loving, I don't mean lots of hearts and flowers and, sweet little notes all the time. I mean, giving them what they need, giving them challenge and giving them opportunity. And so what I get to talk to you about tonight is one of my favorite things about St. Joe, is what I think is a uniquely special combination of rigorous academic preparation for college and for career, along with a very individualized support that meets the students where they are and walks with them all the way through. And now I need to get my slide to move. So I want to talk with you about college preparatory education at St. Joseph Academy because we take the position the minute they walk in the door, whether it's 7th grade or 9th grade or anywhere in between, that our students are prepared for college, are going to be prepared for college. They're going to college, but they're not all going to the same college, and they're not all going to study the same things, and they don't all have the same interests or needs. So it is our job to get to know them as individuals and to help them follow their path. Besides getting into college, though, we have a higher goal, and that is once we get them in, we want them to be highly successful. And years of experience and research have all shown us that there are some basic skills that students have to have, not only to get into school, but to be successful there. And they can be summed up in 3 skills: critical thinking, writing, and research. And those are really the cornerstones of our educational program at St. Joe. Years ago, we recognized what a crucial skill it is to be able to write well for students going into college. And so we created an across the curriculum writing program where students write in every class, in every department, not just the English teacher assigning papers to write, but there are writing requirements in every class, and the students have to compile a writing portfolio each of their years of high school as a part of their graduation requirement. This has been a very successful program for us. I have lots of anecdotal evidence and stories of students coming in and saying, my college teacher showed my essay to the class as a good example of how to write an essay. So we know that they're leaving us prepared for the writing tasks that they're going to face in college. A long time ago, some of our students said, you know, doing research is something that really having to do in college almost immediately. And doing research has changed a lot in the since the internet, and we have to make sure that our students are prepared to do research in the 21st century style. So we have an across the board research initiative where beginning in 7th grade, students are going to be doing research in multiple departments every year that they're here. Practicing something once a year, like, oh, I've got to write a research paper for my history class in my junior year, that does not teach a skill. So our students start in 7th grade. Now they're not going to write a 25-page research paper in 7th grade, but they're going to have to use online databases and sources like that and learn how to cite sources and do some research. And of course, each year we get more complicated, the papers get more extensive, and by the time they go to college, they know exactly what they need to do when that freshman teacher assigns a research paper. A lot of people are interested in, what about those students who are interested in STEM related careers? And as you can see, once our students have gone through sort of our basic curriculum in high school includes biology, chemistry, physics, and a 4th science of something. They are required to take 4 high school credits in science. As you can see, we have many offerings. Some are really interested in healthcare related science, so they may choose to take the anatomy and physiology. Some may want to take 2 years of engineering. Some are wanting to be computer scientists. So we have those opportunities available for the students for whom that is their interest. I want to talk with you a little bit about our diploma, because this is something that people sometimes have questions about. As I think you probably know, public schools in Texas have a variety of types of high school diplomas, with the most advanced one being the Distinguished Achievement Diploma. Not every student in a public school gets that. It's based on the rigor of the program. Every student at St. Joseph Academy, regardless of their course selections, are going to graduate with the Distinguished Achievement Diploma. All of them are going to have at least the multidisciplinary endorsement. As Mrs. Valadez mentioned before, we like to give our students a wide-ranging, solid foundation in the arts and sciences. So everybody's going to get the multidisciplinary endorsement. Many of them go on to earn the STEM endorsement because they take extra years of science and math. and quite a few get the arts and humanities because they've done additional fine arts or maybe foreign language. We have lots of opportunities for our students to follow whatever the path they choose and to go into advanced work. And that really does begin in 7th grade. I know that many of you here are thinking about 7th grade, and I've been talking about high school, but our opportunities for advanced classes really begin in grade 7 with honors courses. Some other schools may call those pre-AP, but it's the same thing. It's advanced curriculum, it's accelerated pace, it's for the student who's looking for and up to that challenge. I would like to say that sometimes we have students who aren't quite there in 7th grade, but with the strong program that we give them in 7th grade are prepared to move into an honors class in 8th grade. There's no like you're in regular or you're in honors and there you're going to be forever. Students are moving all the time into areas of more challenge as we build their skills with them as they go along. I've listed here for you the AP classes that are offered this year. Those begin in grade 9. AP is high school. So beginning in grade 9, they can take AP Human Geography. Grade 10, they can take AP World History. And there are many, many, as you can see, AP offerings for the juniors and seniors, whether it's in languages or social studies or computer science. There are lots of opportunities for students who are looking for that extra challenge. We have an extensive dual enrollment program, and I think sometimes people are surprised by that, but we have a very extensive dual enrollment program. For years, we've had dual enrollment math through Texas Southmost College. Students who qualify on the basis of a TSI test score can start doing dual enrollment math in 10th grade with Algebra 2 and go on to earn 3 courses worth, Algebra 2, which is college algebra, pre-calculus, and calculus. And for students who are, it serves all kinds of students. It serves the students who are not necessarily going into math-related careers, and they can get their math done. Or it serves students who are going into math-related careers and want to be able to start at a higher level when they get to college. So many of our students are graduating with 3 math courses, college courses. This year, we were excited to roll out a new and really pretty unique dual partnership with UTRGV. DEEP stands for Dual Enrollment Educational Partnership. And this is unique for several reasons. For one, we're a private school and we don't often see this happening. For two, the UTRGV professors are actually teaching those courses, some on our campus and some by distance learning. But these are really college classes taught by college professors that our juniors and seniors are taking. With this program, as you can see, they're getting 4 semesters of college English, they're getting 2 semesters of college US history, and they're getting a semester of economics and a semester of music appreciation, which, as I'm sure you know, there's always a fine arts requirement in any college degree, and this is kind of getting that basic requirement. So between the 2 programs, our students can graduate with 35 college credits through the 2 dual enrollment programs, which is 1 year's worth of college credit. So they are really graduating from St. Joe as college sophomores. On the other side of that, with a rigorous program, there are always going to be students who need some extra help. That's just the way it is in school. Some are stronger in English, some are stronger in math. There are always going to be courses that challenge our students. I think back to high school geometry and I want to shudder still all these years later. So I know that there are places where students need help. For our students who have diagnosed learning differences, we do have a learning center staffed by a qualified professional to provide the accommodations that those students' diagnoses qualify them for. We do a lot of academic counseling. We want to catch, if a student's struggling, we want to catch it right away. As Mrs. Valadez said, that's an advantage of being small, is that we can catch it, we can catch problems and address them before the students have a chance to get into serious trouble. We have just finished our first quarter and I'm spending time with 9th and 10th graders who maybe had a little difficulty with the first quarter in a class and setting up tutoring for them, helping them with organization, time management, whatever it is they need in order that for this second quarter to be a better experience for them. That happens at every grade level with all students. And our teachers are available. classes start at 8:30. The teachers are in their classrooms tutoring at 7:45 in the morning. They're tutoring after school. They're tutoring on Flex Fridays. They are available to our students to give them the support, because we know that no students are or not all of our students are the same. We want them all to have an equal opportunity for success. And that brings me back to my very first point, is that we look at all of our students, not just the top 3 or 4 or 10 in the class. We look at all of our students and say, you have a bright future ahead of you that includes college. That's why your family has sent you here. And we're going to make sure that we build on your strengths. We help you with the areas that need help and get you ready to have a successful college experience. I always say it's sort of like helping them follow their dream. And that to me is fun. So how do you do that in middle school? Some people say, well, how can we be doing that with 7th and 8th graders? As you can see, really the main way we do it is through building awareness. So all of our college activities, college and career related activities, our 7th and 8th graders participate. They go to the college fair and meet the reps. They go to the career day and listen to the professionals talk about potential careers. They attend the college student forum, where some of our recent graduates come back and talk about the transition from high school to college and what they've learned. Mrs. Wolf, the middle school counselor, does some online, we have an online college prep platform where she helps them do career exploration and start kind of just putting the toe in the water about what might I be interested in doing with my life. We know that college admission tests are a big part of college applications and entrance. So we work on the entrance exams, beginning with a PSAT in 8th grade. Every other year, we have a special college and career planning evening just for our younger students and parents. And that starts with 8th graders. And then, of course, we're working with them about selecting their courses. What are you interested in? Is it art? Let's see how we're going to work more art into your program. Is it science? Let's see where we can build in space for an additional science class. So that is, that's one of the beauties of the personal attention we're able to give our students, is that we can know them well and help them to find their opportunities. Along the way with all of that, our students earn 4 high school credits, or have the opportunity to earn 4 high school credits while in the middle school. And there they are on your screen: Spanish 1, Algebra 1. Our 8th grade science is environmental systems, which is a high school level course. And then graduation requirements in health and speech can get knocked out of the way in 8th grade, making room for things that the students are really interested in taking when they're in high school. Once they hit 9th and 10th grade, we build on what we've done in 8th. They still do all of those same college awareness things that I mentioned before. We really go into depth on, let's start looking into potential careers. Our English teachers help us there. They do some research in 9th grade about potential careers. I work with them to take some sort of interest inventory and aptitude tests, where they can start thinking about what are the things I'm good at and what are the things I like to do. And of course, we continue to work on those standardized testing skills and help them select their classes. So all along, we're building on what we've done before and moving them forward. By the time our students are juniors, the focus begins to narrow a bit, and we really start thinking about, all right, the next step, you're pretty close to the next step. We want to make sure we're ready to start applying to college. In the fall of the junior year, they take the PSAT, which at that point is also the National Merit Qualifying Test and the National Hispanic Scholar Qualifying Test. We have students who earn scholarship money from the National Hispanic Scholarship Foundation every year because they score well on the PSAT. And I think that's largely because we've been preparing them all the way along. In the spring semester, we have a special school day SAT for our junior class. So yes, they're going to test probably other times on Saturdays, but we want to make sure that we provide a good environment and everybody gets that, at least that one test done early enough in the spring so that they'll be ready. We start meeting with the parents pretty intensively in junior year about college planning. We have a parent meeting in the evening early in the second semester where we start saying, here's what we need to be working on this spring. And we assign each of our juniors, this is kind of a special thing, I think. We assign each of our juniors to an individual college counselor. There are 3 of us in the counseling staff. And so, for example, this year, I have 21 college seniors applying to college for whom I am responsible. With only 21, I'm able to spend a lot of time with them and help them every step of the way. And so we begin that in the junior year, and we begin it with a family conference. The college counselor and the parents and the students all sit down together and spend some time talking about what are our goals, what are our questions, kind of what's our to-do list for this semester, so that from the very beginning, the whole family's involved and we all are on the same page about what we're going to do. We also start some pretty intensive work on writing those college essays and building those resumes that are going to be a part of the application. And then in 12th grade, I think sometimes I see my seniors more than I see my family, because we meet all the time. When they're ready to start working on an application, I'm going through it with them question by question by question and answering questions and make sure they do it right. When they're working on their essays, they're sending me proofs to read and I'm giving feedback and sending them back. We're checking resumes. We're helping with financial aid applications. We're helping them make decisions about every step of the process. And I think our accessibility to our students is one of the reasons that they are so successful. We do also meet with the parents again early in the senior year to make sure that we help them know what needs to be going on. So bottom line, I go back to what I said in the beginning: academic challenge, college prep for all, coupled with a really individualized program, which I think pays off for our students. This just a little few statistics. In the class of 2020, we had 89 students who were accepted to 343 colleges everywhere in the world. And we have them in school, in Europe, in Mexico, and all over the United States. Those same 89 students earned close to $7 million in merit scholarships and grants. And I'm not talking about need-based aid, Pell Grants. I'm talking about scholarships where the university recognized that these were students that they wanted to have on their campus. And many of them are accepted to university honors programs. People ask all the time, well, where do St. Joe students go to school? Of course, we send a lot to the state university. We have lots of Longhorns and Aggies. We have people all over the state, but we also are in the very most selective schools all over the country. If I just think about last year, our valedictorian is at Princeton, our salutatorian is an honors biology program at UT Austin, and the student who was number 3 in the class is at the University of Chicago, another highly selective school. So our students have lots of opportunities, and it is our joy and pleasure to help make those opportunities possible for them.
Thank you so much, Ms. Irwin. I certainly love hearing about all of our students that go on to pursue their dreams beyond the time that they spend here at St. Joe. So we've heard from Ms. Irwin, Mr. Motel, and Mrs. Valadez regarding what we can offer you. So now it's time for us to show you from a student's perspective what you can expect on campus. Normally we would take you on tour, but we're going to do this virtually, as I said. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Just one moment.
Hi everyone,
Okay, can everybody see it or not? Okay, let's try this again. We see it now. Yes, perfect.
my name is Linda Garcia. Sorry you can't be here in person with us, but welcome to our virtual tour. We're so glad you're here. Follow me as I show you some highlights of our school. So over here to my left, we have the Memorial Gym, known as the Dome, where students have practiced basketball for many, many years. And so now we're entering the courtyard. So the courtyard is where students get to exchange classes And so here's a great way to spend some time with your friends in between classes, and some students even enjoy eating their lunch here in the courtyard. And so one of the perks of St. Joseph Academy is that we have this beautiful scene of the courtyard where we get to enjoy nature. So this is our religion class department, and as you can see, every classroom is required students to wear their face shields, social distance, and wear their masks at all times. So this is a typical classroom here at St. Joseph Academy. This is one of our religion teachers, Miss Martin. Now we will be walking into our biology lab.
Hey everyone, my name is Mrs. Espinosa. I am a science teacher here at St. Joseph Academy. I am also a proud graduate of the class of 2000, and I currently have a son enrolled here in 7th grade, and he will be graduating in 2026. I am one of 5 science teachers here at St. Joe. I also teach biology and an honors anatomy and physiology course. In 7th grade, our students are able to take physical science with Ms. Delaney, and they also have the option to take an applied engineering with Mr. Bonnet, where they get to work with all kinds of really cool robots and programming and coding. The kids really enjoy that course as well. Like I mentioned, I'm 8th grade. Ms. Delaney also teaches 9th grade biology. We have Mr. Abrego, who teaches our chemistry courses. You're gonna see lots of explosions and a lot of cool labs and experiments happening there. Mr. Miller teaches our physics students. And then we also have some options for juniors and seniors, which are the anatomy course that I was telling you about, as well as our engineering 1 and 2 courses. Besides all of our elective courses, we also have AP courses that you are able to take and receive college credit for upon passing your AP exam. And like I mentioned before, just because we can't be here in person all the time, a lot of the teachers here in the science department, we have made it so that we're able to provide the lab instructions here in the classroom, but as well make it easy and accessible for those of you who are able to work from home to have those materials to you as well, so that you can participate as well. So just because we're having to be in this hybrid pandemic situation, we're still making the absolute best. The rigor is still there, and we really hope that you give us an opportunity to show you what we're all about, and we would love to have you here. Thank you.
Now we will be visiting our campus chapel. So the chapel is really special because before any special event, like a sporting event, the team will come up here and say a team prayer together.
Good evening. My name is Tony Cantu, and I am the campus minister here at St. Joseph Academy. We'd like to welcome you to our chapel. It is the original chapel when the school was built in 1959 that the brothers used for daily prayer, and which is open every day for student, faculty, and administration use. Here at St. Joseph Academy, the education that you're going to receive is a well-rounded religious education. We are the foundation of the school, and it is because of that that religious education has been placed as one of the subjects that's most important. Our religious education programming is from 7th through 12th grade. We cover a wide variety of topics, from Jesus and the Gospels to sacraments, church history, social justice, and we take all of those subjects and we put them into practice during our senior year. Seniors are allowed to apply for call to ministry, which they are the peer ministers for the school. And then we also have a service program where they go out into the community to work at different service sites. In addition to that, we also have world religions and Christian identity and genocide studies for juniors and seniors. Based on that curriculum, that's all based on the Texas Catholic Conference of Bishops model, as well as the Marist Education Office for the province. Our programming for campus ministry runs a wide variety of things. We have from anywhere from our retreat, which are grade level retreats, Mass, which is once a month, and when on occasion when a priest has in his busy schedule is available to come, we will offer confessions. We especially try to offer confession during Advent and Lent. This chapel is the center of the school. It is open every day, like I said, for people who want to come for personal personal prayer. Here at St. Joseph Academy, our school is based on the marriage tradition. We certainly hope that you will consider sending your child here. We certainly hope that you will give us a chance, because you will find that our spirituality and our charism blends beautifully with the church and with what you've done at home. And so with that, I thank you for coming, and I thank you for giving us the attention, and hopefully we will see you in the fall. Thank you so very much. God bless.
Over here we have our learning center, where students with learning differences can get extra help on their homework or tutoring. And over here we have our guidance and our college center, as well as our campus ministry office. And now we are in the student center, where we host liturgies, eat lunch, have special events, host pep rallies, and have our performing arts theater.
Hi, my name is Chris Eichner. I am a teacher here at St. Joseph Academy, as well as the director of SJA Performing Arts, which we're very, very, very excited to reboot this year, this 2020-2021 school year. As far as the arts go here at St. Joseph Academy, it's more than just theater. We're very, very excited to have just done our fall one-act production of Butterflies Are Free, which is actually a competition piece for students in grades 9 through 12. We also have auditions today, which is Monday, but this week, for our Christmas show, A Christmas Story, for students in 7th through 12th grade. We'll also be doing a big spring musical that involves the whole school as well. In addition to theater, we have our fine arts classes, 2D, 3D art, as well as sculpture, taught by Mr. Garza, who is head of our fine arts department here at St. Joseph Academy. And then we also have our Sweethearts dance team, which is also part of athletics for high schoolers. So we have a ton of opportunities here in the arts at St. Joseph Academy, and it's available to everyone, students from 7th through 12th grade. So always feel free to check it out. I'm in room 22 here at the school. So if you ever want to reach me, you can give me a holler.
Here at St. Joe, we have many extracurricular activities and clubs that students can get involved in. Now I will be speaking to one of our club moderators.
Hi, I hope you're enjoying your virtual tour of St. Joseph Academy. I'm Leatrice Bradford, and I've had the pleasure of working here at St. Joseph Academy for almost 19 years. I've been very involved with the Student Life program here, which I think is an awesome opportunity for everyone. Okay, we have lots of different organizations, over 40 actually, for people to get involved in. Okay, there's book club, drama club, student council, bowling team, a fishing club, Model UN, and a drama club, just to name a few. Getting involved in the Student Life program here at St. Joseph Academy is a great way to show your bloodhound spirit, improve your leadership skills, work as a team, and meet others. It also will help you build your Marist foundation, being an empowered witness to others and a faith-filled disciple and a servant leader. We hope to see you next year, and we hope that you'll get involved in our Student Life program.
Welcome to the legendary Canales Field, where our football, cross country, and track teams practice. Now I will introduce to you the athletic director and head coach, Tino Villarreal.
Hi, my name is Tino Villarreal. I'm the athletic director here at St. Joseph Academy. I'm also a proud graduate of the class of 1999. And I'm here to talk to you about St. Joseph Academy Athletics. We offer 13 different sports, starting from middle school to high school, every range of sport necessary to fit any athlete's needs. Our athletes are academic all-state. We require them to do well in the classroom, but we're also expecting to be competitors on the field and on the court. At St. Joe, one of the things that I take the most pride in is our service. And we ask teams to participate in that by providing and doing service throughout the community. This year, as we know, COVID is a little different, but it's also a component that we're trying to figure out how to do it virtually and still be a part of the community life. Starting in sports, you will find that there are 3 seasons at St. Joe. There is a fall season, a winter season, and a spring season. And in the fall, we always start in middle school with football, cross country for athletes. Once you get to high school, we add a couple more sports in there. Cheerleading, dance, and some other volleyball is also for both middle school and high school. So we have football, cross country, and volleyball for both middle school and high school, and dance and cheer for high school. In the winter, we have, in the middle school, we move to basketball, and it's a heavy basketball dosage for our middle school kids. In high school, we'll offer an open swimming, powerlifting, and soccer to our athletes. Moving on to the spring, we're going to offer track and field, and in high school, we also have tennis, golf, and baseball for our athletes. So we have a very busy season and calendar for our athletes here. We look forward to seeing you communicate with us. Look us up online, look us up on social media, find a coach or email me. I would love to visit with you and meet you and ask you to be part of the St. Joe community and the Marist community as you participate in athletics here at St. Joe. Thank you.
So that concludes our virtual tour. Thank you so much for joining us. Should you have any questions, you can contact the Office of Admissions. We hope to see your son or daughter here next year. And remember, it's always a great day to be a Bloodhound.
Well, there you go. I certainly hope that you all enjoyed watching that video led by our senior, and she did a great job in helping the admissions office and produce that. So we're extremely proud of her. At this time, before I continue on with our presentation, as some of y'all follow us on social media, and we were holding an Instagram contest to get people excited about this event, and we have a giveaway. So I'm going to go ahead and announce that. First, I'm going to show you all what that looks like. Okay, so that is $250 worth of St. Joseph Academy swag. Okay, so I don't know, Mr. Motel, let's see here. So if somebody can, I know who the winner is, so if you can mention it in the chat if you're here, hopefully you are. It is Lorena Moya, and your Instagram handle is Moya Boots. So if you could just mention in the chat that you are here and that you are the winner of this swag, so we can go ahead and, did she say? Yes, she's here. She's here. She's excited. So you should be. Yes, you are welcome. Miss Moya, what you'll have to do is you'll have to either I will go ahead and email you, or you can give me a call. We'll have to make arrangements, Miss Moya, so you can go ahead and pick this up. We've got a lot of fun things in there. So congratulations, and thank you so much for everybody that participated. We had a lot of people enter that contest. So, okay, let's go ahead and get started with the rest of our presentation. We're almost done. So what I'm going to do now again is I'm going to go ahead and share my screen one more time so we can discuss the admissions process before we open it up to our panelists so they can go ahead and answer the questions that you may have. Bear with me. Can y'all see that? Okay, good. I thought that that's what would happen, just like last time. Let me try that again. Now? Sorry.
And while Ms. Gonzalez brings up that the PowerPoint, just wanted to, there were a couple questions in the chat, so I'll address some of those while never mind. I'll address those after the
Thank you.
presentation.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and continue along with this. So the admissions process and what you can expect moving forward. Well, you can start applying now. We have our application up online, and all you have to do is go ahead and visit us on our website at www.sja.us and go under admissions and apply now. So we're going to keep going with our presentation, take you through the process. Okay, so what do you need to do at this point? You need to submit your application on SJA's online system. And we're going to walk through this really quickly. You're going to create your account. You're going to click on the online application button and go to apply now. You're going to be asked for your email address and a password. So we ask that you create your own, of course. Complete the online application form. It's a couple of pages long, so just fill out as much as you can, please. Provide all the necessary information that's asked on there, like I said, for the sections regarding student, parents, special services, family information, and requirements. The next step is we're going to ask that you upload the following documents. We ask that you include a copy of the previous year and most recent report card, a copy of the most recent standardized test scores, whether it's Iowa or STAR or any other that you may have. Now, we did discuss this. I had a parent call in today about a school with distance learners that had not taken the Iowa test. So what, and you will be taking it at some point. So what you're going to do in that case is that you're going to go ahead and submit the previous year's Iowa scores in lieu of those until you get those, and then you'll include those to me. You'll email them to me, and we will include those in your child's file. And we're also asking that you include a student photo so we know who your precious child is. Okay, the next step is that you are going to get 2 letters of recommendation. These are going to be electronic letters of recommendation requests that can be sent from our online system before you submit the application. You'll see it's a page, and you're going to enter the teacher's email address, so you'll need to have that on hand, and then you're going to click submit. And when you do that, it'll send an automatic email to that teacher, and that teacher will go ahead and fill that out, and I will get it directly to me. You will not be receiving anything. We get it. The next step. What about the entrance exam? We've had several people ask already, when is the entrance exam? Have y'all scheduled it? We have no entrance exam this year due to the pandemic. However, we did, as Ms. Valadez, adjust and pivot, and we are now going to be asking for a question to be answered on the application process and a video. The question is going to be asking the student to answer an indicated question in a well-written paragraph in about 4 to 6 sentences, and you will be asked to submit a video. Don't worry, I hope your child doesn't get nervous. It's a short 90-second video, and they'll be asked to answer the designated prompt, and it's a very simple prompt. It's just so we can get to know your child a little bit better. You cannot upload the videos through our online system. What you're going to do is you're going to submit the videos to myself, and my email address is there. And just so you know, we are recording this, so you will be able to access this as well for future reference. So C. Gonzalez at SJA.us or admissions at SJA.us. Okay, you're going to pay the application fee. There's a couple of dates here. What you're going to want to remember is you can start applying now. So you have from now until November 20th to submit your application and pay a $25 fee. And then, of course, as the days go on, we do start to have the fees go up a little bit. So application waivers are available to qualifying students. If you need more information about that, please call me at the number that's listed there on this screen. Now, please keep in mind that your application will not be complete until you have submitted the online application, all the required documents, and the video. Now, if you have questions about tuition assistance, just keep in mind that your application must be complete in order to be considered for tuition assistance. We have a page online where you can visit, where you can apply. So you're going to go to sja.us. From there, you're going to click on admissions. Then you're going to click on tuition, fees, and assistance, and you will apply there. And if everything goes as it should be, your child will get in. For the students who meet the November 20th and December 4th deadlines, letters are mailed in January. For incoming applications received after the December 4th deadline, acceptance letters will be mailed as students are accepted on a rolling basis. After your child is accepted, we ask that you take the next step and enroll. There's a $650 deposit that is required to enroll your child and secures your student's spot in their class. If you have any questions, I ask that you go ahead and give me a call. My information is on this screen. You've got an office number, there's a cell phone number, and my email address as well. I am more than happy to talk to any one of y'all and help you through this process. And at this point, we're going to go ahead and stop here and start the question and answer process. Let me stop sharing this. So go ahead, and Mr. Motel.
Yeah, so thank you, Ms. Gonzalez. And there have been a number of questions that have kind of come in through the chats. We're going to address as many as possible. First, a couple of questions have come in about this presentation being in Spanish or anything being translated. We do apologize that this was not in Spanish. Ms. Valdez will translate. A few of us are not fluent in Spanish, but our admissions office is fully fluent. So any questions you may have can be, I think we just call admissions office. We'll be able to walk you through that process. So Ms. Valdez, you wouldn't mind translating that for us?
I just want to make sure, Ms. Gonzalez, so everything that was shared tonight, all of the information about the application process will be written in some form of instructions and shared on the website so that we can have this translated for those families.
That's actually a good point. So if, and maybe Ms. Valadez, you can help me translate this. So there is a Google Translate button at the very top of the website.
Okay.
That they can click that.
Entonces, para todas las familias que hablan español, lo que dijo el señor Motel es esta presentación iba a ser en inglés, porque no todos hablan español, pero toda la información que estamos hablando hoy esta noche, la vamos a traducir y también la vamos a poner en línea en el website de San José. También hay más información y ahorita lo que me acaba de decir la señora González es que en línea hay un botón donde puedes, no sé,
hacer clic.
Sí, y ahí le va a traducir toda la información también. Pero como quiera, vamos a tratar de hacer una grabación también en español de lo más importante de lo que hablamos hoy esta noche. Pero cualquier pregunta, nada más de llamar o venir en persona y hablar con la señorita González o con la señora Gámez también, que se encarga que está en ese departamento. La señora Gámez también habla puro español y habla muy bien el español, mejor que nosotros. Pero aquí estamos por cualquier cosa.
Lo que sí quiero decir es lo que estaba diciendo la señora Valadez, es que es un botoncito en la mano derecha, a mero arriba, y dice Google Translate. Y ahí puede oprimir ese botoncito y con eso le va a dar las opciones de escoger cualquier idioma que necesite.
Great, thank you. And again, if any questions that you feel more comfortable, again, talking in person with, we can set that up. We can call on the phone. We'll be very responsive to your needs there. One of the other questions that came up, a couple questions around cost and tuition and things like that. And I did respond. I don't know if everyone saw the answer in the Q&A, but tuition here at St. Joe for this year was, for the year, $10,980. And that's spread out over 12 months. So it was $915 per month. We do know it's a significant investment to send your child to St. Joe. We also believe that investment pays great dividends. Ms. Irwin and Ms. Valdez kind of gave you a little overview of what you're getting academically. One of the things that, again, to focus on for us as well is the value add of the dual enrollment program and AP classes offered, where we have numerous students leaving St. Joe with at least a year of college under the belt and fully transferable credits, depending on, again, what classes they take, what AP scores they get. So that really, it could be a cost saver for families as they move on to college. So that is something to keep in mind. But we also have a very competitive financial aid process package over 25% of St. Joe students do receive some sort of financial aid. So numerous students receive support from St. Joe. We want to make Catholic education accessible. If finances are the only obstacle for you attending St. Joe, we can figure that out. Last year, we gave out over $300,000 in tuition assistance and financial aid. It is need-based. There is an application process. And again, the average financial aid award was at least $2,500. So it ranges. Some families only need a little bit. Some families need more. Again, it depends. There is limited financial aid. So if you are interested in it, you do have to have a completed application. You do have to get all the materials in on time. And you also have to complete a financial aid application, which is pretty straightforward. We can help walk you through that. And we'll also be getting that information out. But really the first step is you have to get your normal application in and all the required materials. That's really the first step. So we know that you are interested in coming to St. Joe. Once you get your application in, then it would be time to apply for the financial aid assistance. So that link is found on our website. Ms. Gonzalez will be sending that out to all families as well moving forward. So there is more information on our website on that. And then someone did ask, but they did ask in Spanish about how do they apply for assistance. So I don't know if Christy, you can just let them know, or Ms. Valdez.
How to apply for assistance?
For tuition assistance is in Spanish, kind of what I shared.
Para aplicar para la asistencia es nomás cuestión de, tiene que llenar todo la aplicación, primeramente. Y después con eso va, ya nomás que tenga la aplicación completamente llena, entonces lo que va a hacer es va a ir a la página de Tuition Assistance y ahí es otra aplicación diferente y es todo por el online. Todo en línea.
Dates, las fechas.
Ya está todo abierto. Ahorita pueden empezar a aplicar para asistencia, pero tiene que llenar toda la forma primero.
And the deadline for financial aid application is in February. So there is time to apply, but the sooner you get in the regular application, the sooner you can submit your financial aid application. Before we go on to other questions, if there are any, I would ask that families, if you're still on here, if you can put your child's name in the chat, just so we know who was in attendance. We do see your names, and some of them we can tell, some we can't. So if you wouldn't mind just typing in your child's name, that would be super helpful for us after the event or after the virtual house. So I appreciate that. Thank you. There were some other questions about transportation. We don't offer transportation to and from school, but we do provide transportation for athletic events and competitions like that. So that's important to know for folks who maybe were worried about transportation issues. We don't have buses or anything like that. And someone also asked about letters of recommendation. Those are from your math and English teacher. They are not from others. So I think it's pretty focused on math and English. And if there's an issue with that, just contact Ms. Gonzalez and we can work that out.
Ms. Gonzalez, what sorts of papers or documents are required for tuition assistance? That was a question that was asked in Spanish.
Let's see, first of all, Mr. Motel, I don't know if you can assist with this. I believe it does, I'm asking, okay. Lo que creo que van a necesitar los papeles para la asistencia son, Melissa, how do you say, like your income tax?
Sí, los papeles de income, las cartas de ingresos, si vienen de Matamoros, al W2, si trabajan aquí de este lado, el 10, ¿cómo se dice? Las formas de income tax, le van a preguntar eso. También van a hacer preguntas de gastos. ¿Cuánto es el pago de casa, carros, tarjetas de crédito? Entonces, son muchas preguntas, pero eso también nos ayuda si puedes contestar todo lo más posible y así para la ayuda, ¿verdad? Para que le puedan dar lo más que necesiten.
And we will also have, this is probably important to share, we will have an information night kind of like this just for financial aid. So we'll go through the whole process with folks So that's real important to know, because we do know there are lots of questions. Where do I find the info? What happens if this or that? So we will have a night that we only talk about this. And we may do it in person, but we may do it on Zoom. But if we can let folks know that as well.
Sí, lo que estaba diciendo el señor Motel es que en el futuro, did you say what date, Michael?
No, we don't know.
Okay.
We don't
En el futuro no tenemos fecha todavía, pero sí va a haber una junta donde vamos a hablar solamente sobre la asistencia.
A question just came in. This would probably be for Ms. Valdez or Ms. Irwin. How do you determine if a child is in an honors class?
So there's several things that we look at for determination. That's why it's important that we have all of the documents that we're asking for in a complete application. We do, in the past, we've looked at entrance exam scores, but since we're waiving the entrance exam score, we're going to put a lot of weight on the student's report card from the previous year, end of year report card. So if they were sixth graders this year applying for seventh, we're actually going to look at their fifth grade and current report card. So if it ends up being their first quarter or second quarter for their sixth grade year, that's going to be important. We ask for 2 letters of recommendation from their current teachers, and it's usually the math teacher and the English teacher. So there'll be online forms for the teachers to complete on that. We also do request copies of any standardized test scores, because those give us a really good idea, a picture of what the student is testing at what level. And so we know that because of COVID, a lot of our schools are lacking a fall test date. So we are going to be looking at, again, the previous year's test date or the fall instead of the spring test results. So we're being very flexible with that. And then there is, of course, the video component, where the student is going to be, for us, it's important, the written expression as well as the oral expression, how well the student can express themselves and articulate. So there's a whole bunch of things that we look at. Ms. Irwin, am I leaving anything out?
Well, I think the only thing I would add is that once the student arrives at the school, for example, if we've put a student in a regular class and that teacher says in the first quarter, this student really belongs in honors, we can be flexible enough to make some changes. So, because we recognize that looking at all that data in advance is not the same as having the student in the room. So we're willing to, we want them to be in the right spot. So if that means making a schedule change after a week or two of school where the teacher recognizes there needs to be a change, then we're able to do that.
Great, thank you. Someone asked about NJHS. So I'm sure that's National Junior Honor Society. Ms. Valdez, can you speak to that?
We do have NJHS for our students. They're inducted in the 8th grade. So we use their 7th grade end of year report card to see whether or not they qualify for 8th and 9th grade.
Great. And we also have National Honor Society for the high school kids, National Art Honor Society. Do we have a science?
Honor Society, Spanish Honor Society, French Honor Societies. So all of these honor societies that you find at all major schools, all schools.
Someone asked the due date for the deposit of $650. So once you are accepted to St. Joe, once you get your letter of admission, you're free to enroll at any time. So some people, if they want, they could register in January for next school year, and you can break that deposit up over a few months if you'd like. We're very flexible, and because you all would be new students, it basically just needs to be paid before you start school. So we have some people who wait a little bit longer and they enroll in the summer. Some people enroll in February. So it really just depends on you and your family. And but we must say you do have to. There is a benefit to enrolling early. For instance, if classes fill up, if honors classes fill up, there may not be room in some places. So the sooner you can, the better, to make that commitment and kind of get the ball rolling with all of that stuff. So because you're a new student, there is no technically a due date. But once you're a student here, there is, to re-enroll, there is a due date, which I believe is in April.
While you look at the questions, Mr. Motel, I'm wondering, can we get the questions in Spanish later so I can type those up and put them on the website? Like I can still access those questions,
Right.
correct?
We can work on that outside of this. Yeah. But Ms. Valdez or Chris, you should be able to see some of these questions. You might want to
Yes.
answer them now because I know some are.
I did want to answer a couple, or Ms. Valadez, if you want to as well, but lo que quiero decir es si no podemos contestar todas estas preguntas, lo que sí vamos a hacer más tarde es tener estas preguntas, a ver si los ponemos en el sitio, o si los ponemos en el sitio, es donde los vamos a poner. Si es que no le vamos a responder a estas preguntas, pero sí vamos a hacer todo lo posible para hablar ahorita con ustedes. What
Ahora,
else?
donde dice la que contestó que tiene una amiga que quiere traer sus hijos de México porque las clases no son buenas en línea, ¿sería empezando este año en enero o hasta el año que entra en agosto? Porque también es otra aplicación y es diferente si quieren entrar en enero. Entonces, en eso sí es el caso, entonces tenemos que ya empezar desde ahorita, no esperar hasta diciembre. Pero si es para el otro año, entonces sí, todavía hay tiempo.
Sí, como estaba diciendo la señora Valadez, por favor, si están interesados ahorita, háganlo lo más pronto posible. Ahora también alguien preguntó, ¿puedo ir en persona a hacer un tour? Sí, claro. Nomás me tienen que hablar por teléfono, mandarme un email y hacemos una cita y los puedo enseñar. Y ahí también podemos hablar un poquito más de las preguntas que tengan.
Other questions?
Esta otra pregunta que dice si puede hablar con Mrs. Valadez cuando vaya. Claro que sí. Solamente como le digo, nomás hacemos cita y cuando me llame o si me manda email, si me puede decir que gustaría hablar con la señora Valadez o con otra persona. Hay muchas personas que también quieren hablar con Coach Villarreal, que es de los deportes. What I was saying in Spanish is that if anybody's interested in coming for a personal tour at St. Joe, we encourage you to do that. We would love to meet you. And if you want to speak to a particular person a little bit more in depth, whether it's Ms. Irwin or Ms. Valadez, a lot of people want to speak to our athletic director, Coach Villarreal. We can certainly do that. All you have to tell me is who you want to visit with, and we will make the arrangements and make that happen for you.
Are there others? Any other last minute questions? Well, we are of course here for you if you need anything. The application is open if anyone wants to, if they know that they want to move forward. The application can be found online. As Ms. Gonzalez said, you can reach us via email or phone call or make an appointment, and we're glad to walk you through the process. But I do want to thank everyone for taking time to spending with us tonight on our first ever virtual open house. We learned a lot, and again, we thank you for your patience and grace. And if we didn't get to answer one of your questions, I do apologize, but we are more than willing to answer whatever questions you want. Just give us a call or shoot us an email, and we'll go from there. And if there's anything else that we need to add from the panelists?
I just want to go ahead, and if you have a pen and paper available, I know that I shared my contact information on the screen, but perhaps you didn't have anything to write with. Maybe now is a good time to grab your phone and just enter the information on there. But the phone number here on campus is 542-3581. My extension is 359. Now, my email address is cgonzalez@sja.us. You can certainly reach out to me that way.
Oh, we had a couple of questions just come in. When will we know if our child is accepted? So if you meet the regular application deadline, which is December 4th, you will know in January, early January, possibly even before you go off for Christmas break. But we can definitely say in January, you'll receive a letter letting you know. But the sooner you get in the application, the sooner we can tell you if your child was accepted. And then someone asked how many credits can they earn in junior high? And Ms. Irwin, I think you shared that, correct? I think it was 5.
It's 4. Algebra
4.
1, Spanish 1, environmental systems, And then the health and speech are a half credit each, so it's 4 credits total.
Okay. Great. All right. Any other questions for us? All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Again, we are here should you need anything. Please let us know if you have any questions, and we will. We hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. So thank you. God bless, and have a great evening.
Thank you all so much. We look forward to meeting you.